Hello, Richard here from OneSight Solutions. Welcome to this training video on schedules. We're going to be looking at adding some different types of schedules. So we'll go through those one at a time. So first thing I have to do is open up a palette for my schedules. And now I'm going to create a new folder and call that schedules as well. Okay, so if I go to my wire sheet, I'm just going to drag on one of these calendar schedules. So I should have renamed it. So this will be my bank holidays. So all this is a place to store a load of dates. So this is going to be my New Year's Day. So it's obviously just going to be a single date for my New Year's Day. I could have chosen between date range and weekday or even custom. But my New Year's Day, if I click on this little calendar icon, it's the 1st of January, and then I can then select any year. So that's that one taken care of. If I had another one for Christmas, so this would be a date range, and I can choose from the 24th of December any year to 28th any year. Say OK. So that's a date range, and then the last one I'll do is for May Day, which is always the first Monday in May. So it's custom. So it could be any day number. It has to be in May, has to be a Monday, and it will always be the first week. So that's going to fall, where are we? That's going to fall on the 6th of May this year. So there's some bank holiday dates set up. If I go back to my wire sheet, so if I had some other kind of special dates like on all day, late working days, early working days, which you could preset up the dates, then I would add them as well. But just for this example, I just add this one bank holidays calendar schedule. Now I'm going to add a Boolean schedule. So this could be my ground floor, for example. Okay, so if we double click on this one, you can see this is more like the type of schedule you might be used to seeing. And to add a time into it, you can just drag down, and then once it's there, you can move it about, or you can alter it. You can also fine tune it by using these dates times down the bottom. Okay, so once you've done, you could also set up more time schedules as well if you wanted to for each day. Not restricted to just one. And then you can right click on it and say apply Monday to Friday. So it's worth pointing out that this calendar starts on a Sunday and ends on a Saturday. Okay, so it's we've got true and false. If you wanted to change this from true to false, you could change it down here by highlighting it first and then click on false. You can now see that's gone red because it's false. So you can just change them down the bottom here. But it's important to take care of these facets. At the moment they just say true and false. If you go to the property tab along the bottom, you can come into here and choose the right text. Okay, so that's much clearer now. When you look at these, you can see exactly what's going on. So this white area around the back, which is saying unoccupied, if I go back to my properties tab, is my default output. So I could have changed this to occupied, and it'd be occupied the whole time now because I've got all my time schedules to occupied and my default to occupied as well. But that's where you can change that. Default area is here. Okay. So special events now. I can set up special events in here. So if it's a very small site, you could just set all your special events up in one place if you've only got one schedule to take care of. So you do it in the same way. You click on add, and you could just set up your special events here, like I've done my Christmas and my New Year's Day, May Day. Or I could just change the name of this to bank holidays and just reference. So at the bottom now I've got a reference. So now I can reference a calendar schedule. So this will list out all my calendar schedules. You have to be very careful. This is a list, so you have to make sure you select it. If you don't select it, because it doesn't initially doesn't look like a list, if I just say OK, you can see now, oh, it's actually selected it. Let me delete that and do it again. Let's try doing that again. So add bank holidays, reference, and then I'm not going to select this calendar schedule. Say OK. You can see now it says null. That means I haven't referenced anything. So I can go back and edit that now, and then make sure I select it this time. So okay, it's now selected. So now I have to choose what's going to happen on that special on these special dates. And to do that, I have to fill this whole area out and then change this from occupied to unoccupied. So I do that at the bottom there. Okay, but it's very important that this whole day is filled out. Otherwise, it's going to revert back to whatever's happening here. And if someone's changed this, schedule to something like that, then this will override. Might come on a day that it's not supposed to come on. Okay. Good. That's pretty much all you have to do on a Boolean schedule. If I go back up to my wire sheet again and add a numeric schedule, I won't rename this because I'm only really going to show you what it does. I'm not going to be using it. So a numeric schedule is very similar to a Boolean schedule. So you have the same Sunday to Saturday time schedule, and you do the same. You add your time schedules in the same way, but this time we've got a numeric value it's looking for. So to add the value to it, I can go down the bottom to the event output and give this a value. So it's now taken on 21. So because I can add different time slots in here, I could have another one just before here, like from 6 till 9. This might be like, I could use this like a preheat. So I could set that to 23, and then from 3 o'clock onwards I could add another one to the end of the day till 5. Till 5, 3 till 5, and that might be my cool down period. So I could have 19 in there. And now I can apply that Monday to Friday. So I've got like so the only thing I haven't taken care of is my fallback time, which is at the moment it's saying null, my default time. So again, I'll go to properties, unselect null, and give it a value. So this would be 17. Also, I need to change my facets here, so I can select facets degree C down here. Again, that's very important because otherwise it could be 17 donuts or anything. So we need to make sure we've got the facets on there. So you can see now I've got a warm-up period from 23 at 23 degrees from 6 o'clock till 9 o'clock. Then from 9 till 3 it's going to be 21. And then after 3 up till 5 o'clock it's 19, and then it falls back to 17 again, the set point. So if you're using that as a set point, again you've got special events. So you could I could just add my bank holiday and reference it. And again, so this one I could just fill out and say I want it to be 17 degrees all day. Again, to change that I'd have to change it down the bottom here. Okay, so that's my 3 different types of schedule. The last thing I want to point out to you is the priority of these schedules. So let me just zoom in a little bit. So you can see here on this component, there's an in slot. So if I just create a new point, just to show you this, and give it a true status. If I link into this in slot, you're going to see my out source will change and my out will stay the same actually. So let's change this to false. So it's occupied at the moment. When I link this in, this has gone to unoccupied. The out source has gone to unoccupied, and the out source is saying input. So it's now using this to control what this component's doing. So this in slot is actually taking precedence or priority over everything inside it. So even this bank holiday will now be overridden, and also all these time schedules will be overridden as well. So this is priority number one. So if you had something linking, I don't know, like a time extension or something like that, it would override what is happening inside that module, that component. So that's priority number one. So now I've released it. It's gone back to the normal weekday schedule. So now it's using this weekday Wednesday. Priority number two would be this. And again, if you had a list of special events in here, then you can prioritize those as well. So you have to put these in an order. The one at the top will take the priority over the one below it. But sometimes you can get some of these special dates clashing. So you do need to take care of those if you've got a lot in there. So that's priority number two. And priority number three is this weekly schedule. Is right down the bottom of the pecking order. Okay, so that's really it on schedules. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, please go to the bottom and subscribe and hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next video.